This news update is brought to you by
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Today update for Wednesday, July the 30th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good evening. The high cost of trading compliance is hurting local manufacturers. Managing Director of C&G Star Trading, Glendine Graves, says it's a heavy burden with which small producers are struggling. Addressing the Barbados Manufacturers Association Symposium this morning, Graves says it's not easy finding answers.
We also have these burdensome labeling requirements, because each market, I heard Ray mention this as well, has different requirements. And this is as real as it gets. The US don't want what the UK has, and the UK don't want what the US has. So, what are you going to do? You're small, the opportunity exists, but what are you going to do? How are you going to fix these problems?
Meantime, Barbados is looking at ways to deepen South-South cooperation. In an update to the media on the staging of the 3rd Diaspora Conference, which opens next Tuesday, Minister of Foreign Affairs Senator Maxine McLean said one of the key focuses of the consultation will be how the country and its diaspora can tap into the African market.
What it does for us is to take us outward, so to speak, in terms of the whole concept of the wider diaspora. And it allows us to see that for Barbados, something we talk about in terms of our foreign policy, that is South-South cooperation and exploring the opportunities that exist in other developing countries. Clearly, if we look at the continent of Africa, outside of our historic familial ties, from a perspective of business, there are many opportunities to be explored there in terms of services, investment in manufacturing, and so on.
Chairman of the Barbados Tourism Authority, Adrian Elcock, believes there is a need to change the way government spends money on marketing the country. Addressing the annual general meeting of Intimate Hotels Barbados this morning, Elcock examined the highs and lows of the industry over the last 9 years, and he concluded that some of the measures used to attract tourists was a waste of taxpayers' money.
And I looked at 9 years, but the pattern holds true for the last 15 years. There is only one sensible conclusion for this. We have spent many years spending the taxpayers' money in an unscientific way. So we need to change our marketing ethos and our strategy, and it must be a radical change.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
In sports, Grenada's Olympic champion Kirani James has done it again. James today gave his country its first Commonwealth Games gold medal in the 400-meter race. The 21-year-old cruised to victory in 44.24 seconds, a new Commonwealth Games record. And South African Van Niekerk was second with 44.68, and Trinidad and Tobago's Lon Gordon taking bronze in 44.78 seconds. Regionally now, the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association endorses a woman to represent the grouping at the 2016 Cameroon Conference. Cayman Islands House Speaker Juliana O'Connor Connolly was nominated by her colleagues at the 39th conference underway in Bridgetown as chairperson for the CPA International. Outgoing chairman for this conference, Barbados House Speaker Michael Carrington says O'Connor Connolly was unanimously selected for the post.
That role is for 3 years. It comes up for election at the annual conference of the worldwide body in Cameroon in October. And that nomination has been endorsed by this region, and essentially we have a regional candidate, if you wish, seeking that nomination. We wish her well, and of course we will do all that we can.
In accepting the nomination, O'Connor Connolly pledged to put the plight of the Commonwealth at the forefront if approved.
I look forward with great anticipation going to Cameroon, knowing that I will be the candidate of the Caribbean, and I assure you that if successful, I will work diligently throughout the duration of the term to ensure that the Caribbean will continue in its rich heritage of transparency, accountability, and properly administrating whatever forum we find ourselves in.
And finally, on the international scene, the Liberian government today shuts down all schools in the country in a bid to stop the spread of the deadly Ebola virus. Non-essential public workers have also been sent home for 20 days. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who made the announcement in a national address, made it clear that the army will be deployed to ensure that the measures are followed. Liberia, Sierra Leone and Guinea have been battling the disease, which has killed over 600 people since it was first discovered back in February. And on that note, we end our 6 p.m. Barbados Today update. We'll be back again at 7 a.m. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you for the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a wonderful evening.
This news update is brought to you by